Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Supernatural Sitdowns. I wanted to start this little series last spring, but it never took off, and I'm really dead set on getting it going. I couldn't get a guest for today's show, so I'm up to Elizabeth Lydstons' grave over in Bowdoin, also known as the Bowdoin Witch Grave. I prefer to call it by her name because that's who she was. Legend has it that she was accused of witchcraft in the early 1800s. She was married and had a family, and her neighbors accused her of witchcraft back in early to mid 1800s. So, there's a little back history. I'm up here today, got some tarot cards laid out, ready to go. Candle won't stay lit. The biggest thing about coming and doing stuff in cemeteries is to make sure that you be respectful of who you're going to visit. And we're visiting Elizabeth, so I'm going to use tarot cards to try to communicate and see what she has to say. So, Elizabeth, you can use the tarot cards to communicate with us. I would run my necrophonic app, but it won't run while I'm recording on my phone. So we're going to do it the old school way. So for our first draw, we drew a reverse Queen of Swords. For our second draw, we drew the High Priestess. And for the third draw, we drew the Moon. Ironically enough, it is a full moon tonight. So, looking more into the cards, usually a reverse Queen of Swords is not being understood or not being heard, which I completely understand where and why that came up. The High Priestess is basically following your intuition, and a reverse moon is more like taboo, something in the shadows. So definitely got a pretty good read on this. I think with a lot of the paranormal, people that have passed on or haven't passed on that are still stuck here, they, for one, obviously are not heard unless it's making itself known, and some souls become lost, and I'm sure that this is probably a hot spot for people to come because of the folklore behind it. So she's definitely speaking to me, and there's a lot of energy in here. I could feel as soon as I walked in. Supposedly this circle is cursed. She was supposedly hanged for accused of witchcraft, which, different times back then, I suppose. Always remember, when you are visiting people's headstones, be respectful. Don't take things out of here. The ground in which they lay holds a lot of energy, and you don't want to disrupt that or take that energy home with you sometimes. More times than not. So, yep, this is the first episode of Supernatural Sit-Downs. I'll be doing a lot more. I'll have actually live guests on the show, and I'm hoping it's going to take off and be a really good series. So it's still keeping me in the paranormal side of things that I'm very interested in, but allowing me, instead of going all over the face of the earth and chasing ghosts, for people to be able to come on and tell their stories. So you guys take care, and I'll catch you in the next episode. You guys will never believe this. I have seriously chills right now. So I did another tarot deck pull, and You know, when you get that feeling, you got to do it. So the first card was the reverse Fool, which means rushing into something, not knowing what you're getting yourself into. The next card was the World, which means basically achievements. And the last one was the Queen of Swords, flipped the right way, which is helping people learn the truth. I think she was reaching out through the cards to thank me for telling her story. That's what I personally feel. So, thank you, Elizabeth, for allowing us to be here. And you guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one.